Hello everyone and welcome back to 143 Vinyl. My name is Kate and today I'm going to be showing you how to do the print and cut feature with your StarCraft Solo. So let's get started. Alright guys, now that we are in Create, we are going to select a new project and we are going to change our mat size from 12 by 12 to 8.5 by 11 and select OK. Now that we're loaded in, we are going to go over here on the right and check box the show print margins and show registration marks. And as you can see, there is now a border around our mat. This is the print margins, and right up here in the top left, you will see that it has a printer selected. Now this is not the printer we're going to use, so we are going to go ahead and change that. To do so, we are going to go up to File and come down to Print Setup. And instead of the C8000, we are going to select the ST4000. I also like to come into the properties because I want to change it from plain paper to the semi-gloss option. And then hit OK. And OK again to clear out the pop-up. Now you can see up here in the top left, it has our new printer selected. Now we are going to load our StarCraft printable vinyl into our printer. And this will depend on the type of printer you have. Ours is a bottom feed, so we will just place that right in and get ready to print from our screen. Now the next most important thing is that we come up here and select import to bring in our design. The other important thing to remember is that you want to select a PNG. So down here we have our planner stickers we want to use. It is in a PNG format, and we'll go ahead and open that in. And now we can move it around to see if the size it loaded in is going to fit. I don't believe it's going to, so right here you can see where the registration marks are outside of that print border. We need to size this down. So we can either select this little icon down here, hold the shift key and move it in to change the size, or we can go over here on the right to this little icon here, and right over here you will see where we can change the sizing. So we're just gonna make it a little bit bigger and position it in the middle, and I think that that is pretty good. So let's go ahead and send it over to print and cut. So up here in the top right, we will select our create button, and you will see where it wants to cut out the planner stickers. But instead of hitting the create button at the bottom, we are instead going to select print and cut. And we are going to select print under that pop-up, and it will bring you to that print screen, and just select OK. We have our brand new Solo mat with the protective sheet on, so we will go ahead and remove that first. Now we can apply the planner stickers onto the mat. So typically the StarCraft Solo will read from the bottom right, so that is where I'm going to place the design and line it up and get our squeegee and just give it a nice good burnish. All right, now to load the mat, I like to load it in from the front. So we are going to push our mat all the way in and then line up the bottom of the mat with this indentation line right here on the Solo. So we will just line that up to make sure it's as straight as possible. And the next thing that we need to make sure of is that none of our pinch wheels are covering the registration marks. So we just need to move this over a little bit so that way it can still grab hold of the mat, but the registration mark is completely clear. And then pull the lever on the back. Now that we have our mat all lined up, we just need to pull up the lever to clamp down the pinch wheels. Now we have to get our blade to hover over this corner of the registration mark. So we are going to use the screen here and use these arrows to position the blade. And it does not have to be exact, but you do want it relatively close so that way the camera will read that registration mark. Now before we cut, we are going to make sure we have the depth setting that we need. So we are going to first click on speed and force. And we have it set to 45, which is a little high for this particular product. So we are going to bring it down to 30. Now the one thing about the StarCraft SOLO settings is that every setting can be different for each machine. This can depend greatly on the amount of blade that is showing as you got your StarCraft SOLO set up. So you might just want to make sure to do the test cut, which is super handy because there is a little test button right here. Now that our project is loaded and our blade is over the registration mark, we are ready to hit start scan for the Solo to read it. If your Solo says that it cannot read the registration marks, I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to troubleshoot that issue. Over here on the display screen, it looks like the camera cannot find the registration mark. We can see it over on the right, so we just need to help guide the camera to that position. To do this, we are going to select the Get Pick icon here on the screen. Then we are going to tap the display screen and use the arrows to guide the red crosshairs to where the registration mark is and hit OK. It will bring it back up and we will do the same thing and hit OK, and it will continue reading all of those marks. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this has helped you use your print and cut feature for your StarCraft SOLO. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out to our amazing customer service team or leave your questions in the comments. And until next time, bye.